Live from Phenix City, Alabama, welcome to the final game of Day 4 here at the Cal Ripken 10 and Under World Series between the home team Phenix City and visiting Middle Atlantic team. Hello everybody and thank you for joining us on a warm Sunday evening. I'm Aiden Kowalski. Alongside me is my partner in crime in Jared Diller, both Phenix City and Middle Atlantic, taking two different paths to get here. Jared, you want to take us through how they both got here at this point in bracket play?
For Phenix City coming in at 3-0, the 13-inning marathon versus Indiana with a walk-off at the bottom 13th with the bases loaded by Jackson Smith. Following that, they got a 4-1 win over the Midwest Plains and 2-1 over New Jersey, coming in as one of the few only undefeated teams left here in the World Series. For Middle Atlantic, it's the complete opposite story, coming in at 0-3. They lost to North Carolina 63, gave up a grand slam in that game. They lost 13-2 against Ohio Valley and then 11-1 to Pacific Southwest. So they've been one rule the last two times. They're trying to change that around here.
Umpires for tonight's game behind the plate will be Dom Domino, and in the field, Peyton Ziegler. As Valentino will be the leadoff man here for Middle Atlantic.
Rocco, the Rock, Valentino.
And our favorite man at PA is back in the booth. I love it. Hearing his voice is always a joy to my ears. And we are underway with first pitch at 7:05 Central Time. That's 8:05 Eastern Time. The 1-0 delivery on its way. That one called for strike two on the outside half. As Campbell delivers the 0-2, that one fouled off to the left side.
Campbell's one of the better pitchers that I've seen in the World Series so far. And not only that, he's paired with who I believe is the best catcher in Carson Carswell. The reason for that is because he doesn't let anything get behind him, and he can throw out anybody at any base. I would guarantee it.
Carswell, a backstop to say the least for this Phenix City team. Campbell, the 1-2, a big curveball there. And that will be taken high by Valentino. Excuse me, now the count is 1-2. Valentino just looking to stay alive here. So that'll be ground ball to the right side. Fielded by the second baseman, it's Smith. The peg over to first just in time to throw a little bit off the mark. But scooped up there by Clarity, so there'll be one out.
Number 27.
As this game is off to a clean start with Phenix City here against Middle Atlantic in the first inning. 0-0 ball game. Now as Carzadia, the two-hole hitter, will take ball low. Of course, one other game behind us going on at Field 1 between Southeast at California. That game into the top of the second inning, and that still is currently at a score of 0-0. So Campbell settling in here on the bump. Now with the 2-0 to Gazzadillo. And now on a strike there on the outside corner.
Campbell showed time and time again in pool play that when he gets behind the counts, he does a great job of battling back and putting the ball pretty much down low in the zone.
That one fouled away off to the right side. Good attendance tonight, about 200 people in the crowd on both sides. Of course, Phenix City showing their numbers as they are really the home team here this tournament.
And the one big thing about Phenix City is their defense. You'll see a lot of pitches down in the zone, try to force some ground balls.
That'll be a curveball tried high, just missing there, so the count runs full with one out here in the first. Winner of this game will go on to play at Field 2 again tomorrow night in the midnight showing. And it looks like Gazzadillo will be hitting the helmet as he will have the free pass down to first base here with one out in the first inning.
Definitely uncharacteristic by Campbell. Usually has better control of his breaking balls. Just gonna watch him try to settle in here in the first inning.
Carswell setting up outside, bunt showing, and he'll recall that for strike one. Danny Tozy now in the right-handed batter's box. The three-hole hitter for Middle Atlantic. The 0-1 down low for ball one. And the back pick quickly throw to first. And back in time is Calzadilla, excuse me on that one. It's so familiar, you know, I'm just used to saying quesadillas as I'm, you know, used to ordering at any Mexican restaurant, but not the case today. That's a ground ball to the left side. Clarity the third will try for the double play and safe it. First beating that out was Tozy. So Smith had a little bit of trouble getting that one out of his glove to complete the double play. So here with 2 outs in the first inning.
So Duluth up the bat. Middle Atlantic with a man on first.
Duluth, the lanky left-handed batter for Phenix City, showing bunt, and we'll recall that one. And we'll watch as strike one goes by on the outside half the plate. No score here in the first inning with 2 outs. Campbell trying to get his team back in the dugout. Big sweeping curveball on the inside half for strike 2. So Duluth quickly now down 0-2, having to fight here.
Big time pitching by Campbell right here.
Campbell the delivery. That one fouled off.
One thing you want to watch out for with Middle Atlantic, they have a lot of fast players, so they can get runners on the base path. They will try to make you throw them out at first or at second and try to cause some errors with some errant throwing.
So Duluth just trying to fight here. Big curveball, swing and a miss to get him. Campbell is out of the inning and unscathed with 1 man on. As a hit by pitch is the only way runners will get on for Middle Atlantic in the top of the first. That'll do it for us here in the top of the beginning of this game, as Phenix City will now have their bats get to work here in the bottom half of the first inning. So a nice little quick 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. 10-pitch first inning that lasted only 6 minutes.
Phenix City likes to work fast. Usually their games go by real fast in the first 3 or 4 innings, and they can slow down a lot when you start playing that small ball.
You're tuning in right now to the Cal Ripken 10U World Series on CTVBeam 7 and YouTube Live. We're going to take a look over on what's happening at Field 1 between Southeast and California. It's currently in the top of the second with 1 out. Southeast currently leading California 2-0.
California, one of those teams coming in, has done a pretty good job. One thing about media days, when I talked to the California coach, they went 23-0 as an all-star team. They faced a lot of good teams over California, a lot of good baseball players over there. And they came in here and they did a pretty good job. They did drop 1. But now we're facing a Southeast team that has a lot of grit in them.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting there when you do have a perfect season like you do, and then coming to this World Series where you're really not outmatched by any team here. Anyone can put up big runs against anybody. And it just kind of goes to show California is a solid team. They went 2-1 in pool play, and currently now on the other field against Southeast. So it's kind of interesting to see how they're going to battle back here now more as an underdog in this game.
Pitching for Phenix City will be number 44, Gray, the Great Garner. Direction. Asha skip to Duluth.
So it will be Duluth on the bump here for Middle Atlantic, starting the game as we'll be set and underway here in the bottom half of the first inning for Phenix City's turn.
Now don't look at how Middle Atlantic games have ended for them, giving up a lot of runs. For Duluth, he's a strikeout machine, and he does pretty well through 3 innings, but then he starts having some control issues later in the game.
So Long will be the leadoff hitter here for Phenix City. First pitch on its way, that'll be taken for a ball outside. It's turned into a really nice night, Jared. The sun really not out anymore, as of course it's the hitting the 8 o'clock hour on the East Coast. That's a ball taken high, but it's really nice as it's kind of now just low 80 degrees, low humidity, unlike yesterday and last night. With the 2-0 taken low for ball 3 to Long.
Yeah, low 80 degrees, feels like 85, and winds blowing about northwest at 4 miles per hour, so it's a pretty good day.
Flags in the outfield not moving whatsoever, but you never know what's happening 100 feet above you. And on 4 pitches long, will take his base.
Oh, I said that usually late in the game he has some control issues. He's starting off on the wrong foot right here, giving up a leadoff walk.
So Hudson Campbell, the 2-hole hitter here for Phenix City. Up in the box and setting up on the inside is Tozy. As he'll look in and show bunt. Curveball, bunted to the first base line. Hernandez up with it, and they'll get the only out they can do. So 1 out, advancing to second is long. But more importantly, Middle Atlantic gets the out at first base off of a very nicely placed bunt.
Yeah, great bunt there by Campbell. Just doing his job, that's all he was there for. As Cooper Favors is going to come out with a runner in scoring position. And this is a big bat for Phenix City.
So Cooper Favors now, digging in on the right side. Ground ball, Nibbler hitting the dugout. And it's a foul ball. So quickly 0-1 here with 1 out in the bottom half of this first inning for Phenix City. Thank you for all those tuning in here on CTVBeam 7 and YouTube Live. This is our 4th game of the day. And we've seen a bunch of adverse weather, high humidity and heat. And now just a nice little game as that strike hits the outside corner for a quickly now 0-2. For Tozy, but just back on how nice this weather is. Everyone just so comfortable right now, and I'm sure the players are too, playing in ideal conditions. That one taken now just low from Favors.
And for Phenix City, they've had the benefit of always playing at night so far, except for that one time they had to face Indiana early in the morning.
The 1-2, curveball, and not called there, so 2-2 is the count. I don't know about you, Jared, but I think that might have caught in the corner. We don't have the best angle on it, but a good pitch nevertheless. DeLue with the 2-2. Ground ball to the right side and foul again.
The Favors does a good job of protecting the plate. He loves hacking down. He loves the balls up high. He tries to drive them into the outfield. You'll see him try to lay off the balls a little bit down low.
It's a big deal. Winner moves on to tomorrow's game at Field 2, same time here in bracket play. As now the count will run full once again for DeLue. Crowd developing even further as the night goes on. As the 3-2 again is fouled back, we'll do it again.
Cooper's going to be one of the hardest batters to strike out for Phenix City. It's kind of hard to put him in the 3-hole. He's going to make you work either way.
Well, with a runner on second, we'll see if that pays off here. The 3-2. Ground ball back to the pitcher. DeLue fields it cleanly. And the throw over to first in time. That'll do it for the first inning. Excuse me, 2 outs. My apologies there. Getting ahead of myself right there, Jared.
It's all right because Sam Laney coming out with the bat. And for Favors, not that most ideal at-bat for him, but he did his job moving that guy over to third. You haven't noticed Phenix City, they just want the lead, and after that, they just lock it down on defense.
So Sam Laney with a game-breaking run on third base, and a hit will drive him in. DeLue in the windup. That one just low, and to the backstop. Coming home is long, and he'll slide in safe. As Phenix City draws first blood here in the first.
Yeah, Long uncharacteristically having some trouble locating his pitches early in this game. And for Laney, didn't even have to swing the bat to get her on home.
So a nice little freebie RBI there for Sam Laney. Curveball nubbed to the first baseman and Hernandez, and he'll get the out there. So that'll do it in the first inning here. No hits, 1 run, and 0 errors for Phenix City as we'll head to the top of the second. You're watching the Cal Ripken 10U World Series on CTVBeam 7 and YouTube Live. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Idle Hour Sports Complex. This 8 o'clock game between Phenix City and Middle Atlantic as we're just underway here. Now getting about set to start to the second inning.
And yeah, the big hurt, Hernandez.
So it'll be Hernandez, Hurley, and Liberto. That's 5, 6, and 7 in the order for Middle Atlantic. Hernandez here looks in, and he'll take a strike on the outside corner. The 0-1 delivery, grounded to the right side. Clarity up with it. Covering is Campbell, and he'll step on the bag there to record the first out of the second.
Just another example of great defense by Phenix City. They have the 1-run lead. And for Phenix City, don't be surprised that that's how this game ends.
Phenix City, of course, part of a lot of low-scoring games. Their pitching really going to be the ones that take them very far in this tournament, assuming that they do get there. So now Wright stepping in on the right-hand side of the batter's box. So it's a ball called low there. Middle Atlantic still without a hit here in the second. Showing bunt, he'll lay that one down the line, just foul along the right side there. So it's now 1-1.
And this is where Middle Atlantic starts to struggle a little bit in that middle part of the order. They just had a tough time finding consistency.
So Wright will dig in again. Campbell now with the 1-1 delivery. That one down low for ball 2. As we mentioned before, just want to say again, behind home plate is Dom Domino calling balls and strikes, and in the field will be Peyton Ziegler. Jared, that's your old football coach, is it not?
I knew that would come up eventually in this broadcast. Yes, it took 4 days for me to realize it, but well, I knew him about a good, let's see, I can do math right. It's about 15 years.
All right, my goodness. And now he's umpiring at first base. So Campbell now with the 3-1. And a big strike call on the outside corner there. Right in a little bit of disbelief. We're here in the top of the second. 3-2-1 out. Fly ball to shallow left field. Under it is Long, and he'll make the play.
Great at bat by Middle Atlantic though, as long as, even if they had trouble, as long as they can get some full counts and just make Campbell work, they'll always have a chance in this game.
The base, Whitman.
So the righty Whitman digging into the box. 2 out, showing bunt, promptly pulling back as he'll watch that one sail just low.
Like we were saying, Phenix City isn't a high-scoring team, so if all Middle Atlantic could just focus on playing the small ball and just getting hit after hit, they can make a comeback.
The 1-0. Showing bunt again, crashing in his Gardner, and ball 2. At the end of this inning, we'll get you updated on Southeast and California, that game over on Field 1. And a big swing and a miss there from Whitman. Wasn't holding anything back there on the 2-0. Campbell again with the 2-1. Showing bunt, popped up. And Carswell didn't quite see it there. He could have made the play and ended this inning.
It was a tough one.
And nevertheless, I mean, you do have to take your mask off. It is a lot of work to get these little bunt pop-ups right behind the home plate area.
Maybe 6 inches more in the air, and he would have located that one in time.
So Whitman with new life here. Deuce is wild, as you like to say. I like that term. I'll use it. 2-2-2. And that one down low for ball 3.
It's another full count situation, and Campbell's pitch count is going to keep climbing. He's a pretty good pitcher, but for Phenix City, one of your better arms, you're going to try to save him. So Middle Atlantic probably trying to play the long game right now.
The 3-2 from Campbell. High in ball 4 as Whitman will take his base.
All right, this is what Middle Atlantic needs to take.
Next up, number
Pretty much a hard line aggression toward the base running. They got fast people on the base path now. Just need a slap hit, have them just hit and go. Just try to get something. Don't just wait back for Phenix City to come to you.
So Liberto now with Whitman on first, showing bunt, pulling back promptly. And he'll take a strike on the outside corner.
And you see over at first base, Whitman trying to just dance around and try to get a throw to first. They want to try to force errors over at first base.
Not only that, with Clarity not covering, this might be a good opportunity for Whitman to steal here. Carswell wanted to backpick there, but Clarity not really budging there.
And you see after that kind of dancing around at first base, Carswell trying to check him.
Any way to get in the pitcher's head here with the 1-1. Bunt back our way and hitting the fence. Count now quickly 1-2.
So yeah, they're trying to play that small ball, as Alberto is one of the best players I've seen in the tournament at the bunt and run. What I have to do, however, is that it's probably going to benefit him going down the third base line than first, because Carswell's a pretty fast catcher.
Well, regardless, any way on here for Liberto is going to be a good idea. And that one dropped third strike, but that will end the top half of the frame of the second. Middle Atlantic still without a hit, as we're going to go check out on the Southeast versus California game. A lot of scoring there in the second inning. California currently back on top 4-3, and they're still in the second with 2 outs. So, Jared, kind of what have you seen out of this game so far, and kind of looking forward for both teams? Of course, Phenix City kind of coming into this game 3-0, and then Middle Atlantic, of course, 0-3. What do you kind of expect out of both these teams in this game?
For Phenix City, what I just expected was they're going to take the lead, whether it's 1, 2, 3 runs, and after that, the defense turns it up to 11. They turn to a completely different team. They're just so good defensively, and you'll see the bats. It's not that the bats get cold and they get the lead, but there's no. I don't want to say there's no urgency, but it's more defensive heavy focus, this mindset the team has.
I totally agree with you there. I think it's really the urgency thing. It's that kind of when you're up by so many runs, of course, Phenix City, as good as they are, you can kind of let your foot up off the gas pedal. Now in bracket play, I really don't expect to see that anymore. They're really going to want to punch these runs home as quick as possible to try and advance as quickly as they can, especially when you're starting to see better and better teams later on in this tournament.
Well, and for Phenix City, you got to remember, they played an equivalent of 3 games 2 days ago, and to play another one yesterday. So they played 4 games in 2 days, playing their 5th one today. So they really need to try to cut into how many innings that they're playing.
So Asher DeLue out on the bump for Middle Atlantic. He's through 1 inning so far and has thrown 15 pitches. 7 of them being strikes and allowing only 1 walk. So in the box for Phenix City is Gray Gardner. Gardner after taking that 0-1 there. DeLue looking in the delivery. Low for ball 2, or ball 1, excuse me, as the count now is 1-1.
Yeah, DeLue having a lot of trouble. It's not that he doesn't throw low, it's that he's just about 6 inches off of what he's trying to hit.
DeLue, the hard-throwing lefty out of Middle Atlantic. The curveball dropping the deuce there, and that'll be a pop fly in the infield. Under that is Calazadilla. My goodness, I'm still having a tough time with that name. I apologize.
You want me to help you out on that one?
Yeah, you know what? You're just going to call. Anytime the ball's hit to the left side to the shortstop, you got the call, Jared. I do agree with that. So 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Now Carswell up to bat for Phenix City. A strike there, catching the corner. DeLue sporting a black eye and still coming out here as that Max Scherzer look out on the mound.
I think he'll like the comparison. Maybe not the black eye part, but the Max Scherzer part.
The Max Scherzer part, no, I'll give him that. He is dealing tonight. That ball sailing far inside. It's quickly 3-0. But you see that story of Scherzer bunting the ball in batting practice into his eye and then coming back the next day to then pitch, I believe, a full, complete game shutout.
Well, that's what happens when you get paid the big bucks.
And DeLu, of course, a lefty, dropping the curveball there.
And that's usually what you'll see out of DeLu with his breaking balls. Just breaks at the right time, right where the grass ends, and he kind of just dives down toward the knees.
And not afraid to throw it. Fastball catching the outside corner as the count runs full.
Right there again, he likes throwing low, and that was back-to-back pitches where he kind of found that zone. So
if I'm Carswell, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but if I'm Carswell, I really have no idea what's coming here.
Probably another ball down low. Nothing to go up high, he's gonna miss.
Interesting play there because we did see on the 3-1, he did drop a curveball, which I was kind of surprised to see.
Number 2, Trey Big House Clarity.
Let's go, Trey.
So Trey Clarity III digging in. And we'll watch the first one down low. Clarity, the 7-hole hitter here for Phenix City. Curveball, that one just missing outside.
Yeah, that curveball is one of the favorites for DeLu. Usually he likes to put that on the inside part of the plate.
DeLong here with a 2-0 count. That's a ball far and inside. Kind of looking up in the sky there. A little bit upset with himself. He's going to need to get things back under control. Free passes will hurt you, especially in these bracket play games. And that will be ball 4. The back pick again by Tozy.
They were really hoping they just got that called strike and that they just assumed it was a ball.
And I don't blame him. I do not blame him for doing that. Because granted, if that was a strike call, Carswell was far enough off a first base bag that they could have backpicked and actually got the advantage and got the out.
So you're seeing the manager coming out and kind of talking to his pitcher. DeLu does a good job at what he does on the mound, and I don't think they'll make a change, but definitely if he's starting to have or continue to have control issues as it goes along, I wouldn't be surprised you see a change probably somewhere in the 3rd inning.
I can see that. I mean, his pitch count is just creeping up ever so slightly, but again, Middle Atlantic 0-3 in this tournament. This is probably one of their better pitchers out there, and they're going to want to keep him in this game as long as possible, especially with the road ahead. Hey, if they beat the 1 seed here, they're going to be going through a much easier path compared to any other 2 versus 3 seed matchup.
1 seed and the host of the tournament.
Of course, so they will represent, probably not the home team, of course, because any team from here on out will be having to challenge them in that respect. So here with 1 out. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Clement at the dish. Showing bunt. And did he go? I'm not sure about that. As the throw down to 3rd, kind of looked like Carswell was trying to swipe the free bag.
It's just a good job by Todd. Just throwing to 3rd, making sure, hey, we don't have to force anything to 2nd. That's kind of what a lot of these teams do is, I wanted to make you force a throwing error.
1-0. Bunted off home plate as that'll be a foul ball quickly now, 1-1. Phenix City, we've seen a lot of bunt attempts from them in this entire tournament. It's kind of interesting. They do like to play the small ball and move runners over, get the force play off of 2nd and 3rd, of course. And here with 1 out, this is when it makes sense. Lou stepping off to take out a breather.
It's kind of an MO for Phenix City that they don't hit the ball deep a lot, but then they hit some hard liners through the gaps. They're going to play a lot of small ball with some bunts.
Clement awaits the 1-1 and watching that one sail just high. The 2-1 from DeLu. Down low for ball 3. He's really upset with himself there.
Yeah, it's trying to get to him a little bit. And the way this inning is going, he just needs some ground balls. That's why you see a lot of balls diving into the dirt. He needs to force that ground ball, hopefully double play, or at least just try to get the lead runner at 3rd.
So again, Clement awaits the 3-1. That one just popped up in the infield. He'll let that one drop. And the throw to 3rd in time. The force play's there, but instead they're going to tag him. So Carswell will get 1 out. And it'll actually be a double play as they double them up on second and third. Time is called. They just want to sort out what happened here, where the force was. And running through things here, it does make sense. If they get the out at third recorded first, you still have to run to second in time.
Yeah, and I think in that situation, the ball died between first and second. So you had Clarity at third at first, scared that he would get tagged, so he didn't really move. Throw over to third, got Carswell, and then Clarity wasn't quick enough to get to second.
And you want to know what's huge about that play? It's that DeLu, you saw how frustrated he was out on that mound, and simply a double play can get you that quick out of a jam. 2 runners on, Clarity and Carswell. That was pretty magnificent to see there, keeping these Phoenix City hitters at bay. So that'll do it here. In the bottom of the second inning, we'll be heading to the top of the third, where Middle Atlantic is going to have their turn at bat. You're watching the Cal Ripken 10 and Under World Series on CTV Beam 7 and YouTube Live. Back here at the Idle Hour Sports Complex, due up for Middle Atlantic will be Caden Hurley, Rocco Valentino back at the top of the order, and Jose Calzadilla. There we go. Still in the game to pitch is Campbell, as he'll deliver the first strike of this third inning. Hurley showing bunt. Kind of interesting. We've seen a lot of those opportunities here. The 0-1 from Campbell, just high for ball 1.
And Middle Atlantic just has to find a way to get the hits going. Let's go.
String together a couple, and they're right back in this game as they're only down 1 here in the third.
And I mean, when you look at the box score, I mean, technically, we got a double no-hitter going on. You want to go down that route.
Now, Jared, it's only the third inning. Let's hush up a little bit.
That's halfway through the game.
Now, it is right. I am accustomed to 9 innings, but yeah, you're right. And we'll see how long this will last here. Of course, both teams pitching, doing a great job. And that's a big strike out there as Hurley will watch that one sail right down the middle as Campbell records his third strikeout of the game.
Number 2, Rocco the Rock Valentino.
So we're back at the top of the order for Valentino. And his first at-bat couldn't get much done. Campbell throws that one low for ball 1. From the stretch again is Campbell to Valentino. Now in kind of like a drag bunt, trying to push that down the left side.
Yeah, and that's what Valentino's all about. As long as you get on the third base side, usually it's automatic first base for him.
This Middle Atlantic team, they're quite Wyatty, as some might say. They're going to want to get on and swipe as many bags as possible as that curveball misses high. Almost showing bunt attempt there with Gardner crashing inward.
Come on now.
And he'll leave that down for ball 3. That was kind of interesting there. I thought that did catch a corner. But no, says the home plate umpire.
Yeah.
And that's ball 4 in the exact same spot there. Casadilla, as Jared's informing me. So as he'll be up here representing the go-ahead run here at the plate for Casadilla. With one out here, Campbell barrels down to throw strike. Phenix City, of course, 3-0 in pool play, how they got here, beating Indiana, the Midwest Plains, and New Jersey. Curveball tried on the outside corner and could not get that one to go.
Middle lane, he's got to get a run on second base. I think that's the big thing. I'm surprised they haven't tried swiping against Carswell. I think they know about his arm.
So another big stop there from Carswell, like you just said. He is a wall behind the dish.
He's a wall, he has a cannon. He can throw him out at second base easily. Yeah, there's a couple of catchers here that are not able to make that play consistently, but Carswell's one of them.
And of course, the example being we really haven't seen many runners try against him. So the 2-1, that one fouled back. I'll tell you, I love how home plate umpire Dom Domino, especially along with the umpiring crew throughout the day, keeping home plate nice and clean. I'm kind of OCD about that thing, so good for them. 2-2 ripped to left field, and a huge play made by Long. Asher Long turning into web gem here in the third, robbing Casadilla of a base hit.
Fullback for Mid-Atlantic, number 10, Daniel Tight Grip Tazi.
So Tazi showing bunt here with 2 outs, as he'll take high for ball 1.
Put it on the belt. Let's go.
The 1-0 from Campbell in there for strike 1. That one ripped to deep center field, and over Clement's head, so that'll be a double there. Rounding home is Valentino, and he'll be caught between home and third and get back to the bag safely. So a huge 2-out double there for Tazi, but that really goes back, and that play by Long really saving a run for Phenix City.
I love the aggressiveness by Middle Atlantic and Valentino wanting him to go home. But Valentino did a great job of recognizing, look, I'm not going to make this. I can't just pressure this because this may be the last chance that we have. This kind of situation, I want to go back to third, but a big double by Causey. You know, hey, it's the first hit of the day.
And that is, yeah, good point there, Jared. And of course, that'll give up the no-hit bid for Campbell. And like we said, Valentino, my goodness, he was halfway down the line after rounding third and had to turn 180 degrees to retreat back. So DeLue now, the pitcher here from Middle Atlantic, seeing if he can help himself out.
44, Asher, skip to DeLue.
And I'm not sure what this is about. And it looks like they will be walking DeLue intentionally. So bases loaded now.
I understand why they're walking.
And yeah, the big hurt, Hernandez.
Campbell's trying to go down low and attacking the lower part of the zone to try to force that ground ball out.
And we'll see if it pays off here with Hernandez, the 5-hole hitter, coming up. And now they're going to be subbing out a pinch runner here for their pitcher.
But the big thing is Hernandez. the best thing he does, as I watch him play a couple of games, his favorite pitches to see are the ones down low because he has more of a kind of a golf swing.
So Hernandez with the bases loaded. Here we go with 2 outs, as that's a strike called low and outside. Hernandez here already 0 for 1 in this game. Ground ball up the middle, and that one's stopped there by the shortstop, and no play can be made. 1 run will score. Coming home again is Tazi, and he will slide in safely there. So Middle Atlantic now quickly taking a 2-1 lead. And coming home is DeLue, and he's safe under the throw from Campbell. My goodness. Jared, dissect that play. What the heck happened?
Middle Atlantic is not one of the best teams here in the tournament. What they got to do, they got to take care and take advantage of a couple of errors and just be heads up on the base pass. And that's what they did. DeLue sees the opportunity and like a snake.
And up for Middle Atlantic, number 12, Steven
The 0-3 team currently leading the 3-0 team. Showing bunt is right. And Hernandez currently standing on third base after a ground ball up the middle. Clarity the third did a great job of keeping that one in the infield, but then Aaron throws from there allowed Middle Atlantic to score 3 more runs. A bunt to the right side. Will it stay fair? No, as Campbell picks it up just foul.
Every error that could happen in those first 3 games happened in that one play through.
So of course you go 0-3 in bracket play, and now you lead, or 0-3 in pool play, and now you lead here. As a fly ball to right field, Laney is under it, and he'll make the catch to end the top half of this 3rd inning. Middle Atlantic scoring 3 on 1 hit. And 2 errors for Phenix City. We're heading into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Just want to go check up on that Southeast California game. Currently, California putting up a 4 spot in the 3rd inning on the Southeast team, currently leading it right now 9-3. And that one's in the bottom of the 3rd inning here with 2 outs. So a very eventful top of the 3rd inning for Middle Atlantic. Can they hold on is the question. And of course, DeLue back out on the bump here. And Phenix City, it should be interesting to see if they can take advantage here. I remember DeLue frustrated before that double play was turned in by Calzadia.
DeLue has gone through a range of emotions from pitching in the bottom of the 2nd to coming here in the, from pitching in the top of the 3rd to coming here in the bottom of the 3rd, and it's just been a big thing for him.
And of course, DeLue through 2 innings out there for his 3rd, currently at 33 pitches, and really hasn't thrown that many strikes, but has really gotten away with it. Currently has walked 3 hitters and hasn't struck out 1, allowing 1, but that run was not earned.
Yeah, he's definitely having control issues right now, and I did say the last time he was up that I would expect him not to make it through the 3rd inning, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he continues to struggle, but we'll see if he can, come back. He has the lead now, and leads changes how pitcher's demeanor.
And that's a good point there, of course.
Starting off.
Now coming off kind of a rocky 2nd inning for him, and it should be interesting to see how he rebounds here, like you just said there. But Phenix City now being down for the first time, I believe, in this tournament. We'll see how they respond here in the bottom half of this 3rd inning. Due up will be Clarity, Smith, and back to the top of the order in Long. Or excuse me, Smith, Long, and then Campbell. As he'll watch that one down low for ball 1. So a big game here for Phenix City as they're going to have to claw their way back from this 2-run deficit. Curveball tried, that one sailing just high. If you can really see, DeLue changed up his entire mechanics on that last pitch. So whether he's getting a little tired, it should be interesting to see as this 3rd inning continues. And ball low for ball 3.
He's still taking his favorite spot, that bottom part of the zone. It's just the ball's just dying and it's just hitting home plate.
And 4 pitches as Smith takes his base. Again, DeLu still a little frustrated out on that mound. Hurts. And it looks like there will be a pitching change. DeLu with open arms to give the ball back to his head coach, and there will be a double switch as I believe Hernandez getting his pitcher's mitt to come into the game. So DeLu will most likely be headed over to first base. He's pretty tall, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case here. You want to keep him in the game. He's done a lot of work at the plate tonight, as Middle Atlantic is just trying to preserve this 3-1 lead. With this pitching change, we're just going to take a little break with you. You're listening and watching the Cal Ripken 10 and Under World Series on CTVBeam 7 and YouTube Live. We'll be right back. Here in the 3rd inning, as Phenix City is currently threatening with no outs and 1 runner on. And up will be Andrew Clarity. So Clarity now showing bunt. He'll lay it down the third base line. Up with it is Whitman. His only play is at first. So at this point, I really do think Mid-Atlantic will take the out here for the advance in base.
Oh, definitely, because the bunt and run was on and Smith was already on his way to second. You don't want to try to force that and have a man on first and second. Just go ahead and get the out, and you got a 2-run lead. Just remember that.
So a runner in scoring position here for Long. Hernandez doing a great job of filling up the zone here as he quickly goes 0-1 to Long. Asher Long, the leadoff hitter, currently walked in his first at-bat here as that one's fouled back behind us.
And if you're Hernandez, yeah, you got to run on second, but I'm going to tell you, a strikeout changes the whole dynamic of this inning.
Hernandez from the stretch with DeLu at first base watching on. And a big second out right there for Hernandez. Middle Atlantic really trying to preserve their 3-1 lead.
And I haven't been able to see Hernandez pitch here in pool play, but he has a heater. He just throwing it past him.
So here with 2 outs, Campbell the hitter. The first ball taken there from Campbell. Hernandez doing again a great job of filling up this zone here with 2 outs in the bottom half of this 3rd inning. Still no hits for Phenix City as they trail by 2. Had a strike on the outer half. Quickly right back in it. It's 1-1. Big swing and a miss there. 1-2.
And so far, where's Hernandez attack? That bottom part of that zone, they're really going to rely on the ground ball outs and just good, solid infield play.
So Campbell now choking up on the bat just a little bit. wanted to put the ball in play here. And he'll watch strike 3 go by. Hernandez with 2 strikeouts to preserve this lead for Middle Atlantic as they're currently leading 3-1. We're headed in the top of the 4th. We'll be right back after this break.
Chase.
So we're back here at the Idle Hour Sports Complex, about to begin the top of the 4th inning, and there are some changes in the field. Jared, you want to take us through those?
Will, your new pitcher for Phenix City will be Boston Brown. We saw him yesterday in their game. And with the new pitcher coming in, we'll give you the final line for Hudson Campbell. He went 3 innings with 59 pitches, giving up 1 hit, 3 runs, none of them earned, on 3 strikeouts and 4 walks. Campbell moving to center field.
So due up here for Middle Atlantic will be Whitman, Liberto, and Hurley, the bottom 3 in the lineup. With Brown on the mound now. A bunt attempt, a good one down the line, and that one will hit the cut of the grass and roll foul. A great attempt there from Whitman.
Yeah, you're going to start to see Middle Atlantic, especially in this part of the lineup with Liberto coming up. You're going to start seeing this type of play. They're going to put it down on third base line. And what they're just looking for is either forcing a throwing error or we're going to use our speed to get on base.
So Boston Brown in the pitch, of course, for Phenix City. Bunt attempt again. Around the same place. They're going to keep that one fair. And they called him out right there. I believe he was safe. So an interesting call there.
It was a bang-bang play.
I'm going to disagree with that one. It is baseball, and is the umpire's discretion over there at first base is Peyton Ziegler, who made that call. So instead of 1 man on with no outs, it'll be 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning for Phenix City. Brown again gets the corner call for strike 1.
Garner made a great play, throw over to first. Unfortunately, he's going to try to have to do it again, as Liberto's going to try to lay it down on either third base line or a little bit back to the pitcher.
Liberto swinging away, that one up the middle, but fielded by Clarity. And now the Hager with the first in time. So Clarity the third, up with it cleanly for the second out.
2 quick outs, 2 clean outs for Phenix City. That's what they need.
So with 3 pitches, make that 2 outs here. With Caden Hurley. Struck out his last at bat. It'll take down low for ball 1. And that's a strike there on the corner. Here for Hurley. Line drive and caught. Or excuse me, no. That one just off the glove of Smith there in second base. My goodness, that would have been a stellar play if he would have came up with that.
And it's just a couple of those defensive plays that we've seen so far with Phenix City. It's just kind of going their way right now. It was a great chance and a great attempt by Smith. That was a big league play if he would have been able to capitalize on it.
Jackson Smith fully laying out there, diving in midair to try and snare that one, unable to do so. So we're here with 2 outs and a bunt attempt down the third base line again, crashing in his Gardner, but he'll have no play as that one sails into right field. Around second and coming home as they'll be safe as Hurley, the bunt triple. And the umpires are having to work something out. Not sure what totally happened there, but it was a great bunt down the line.
I wonder if the ball may have got stuck in the fence.
And so if that is the case,
it did roll all the way, I believe, to the fence out there.
And that's beyond our field of vision. So it should be interesting here. If that's the case, it'll be runners at second and third, and no run will score. And what makes that so big here with 2 outs, that's another run mitigated by Phenix City, and the score will possibly remain 3-1. So Gardner on that bunt came up with it, overthrew Clarity, the first baseman, as it trickled into right field.
And number 27.
And it looks like it did get stuck under the fence there, and that will be the call in the field. So no run home there. With Valentino on second, Hurley on third, Middle Atlantic still up 3-1. And of course the 2-hole hitter, Jose Cazadilla, seeing if he can drive home 1, if not 2 here with a base hit. Delivery. That one ripped down the left field line and foul. Straighten that one out, young man, and you've got yourself a 2-base hit double. Or a 2 RBI double, as I should say.
And Cazadilla, he's a big bat. He hits hard. You don't want to be in front of any line drive that he hits.
Yeah, no, and that almost took his third base coach's head off. As that one sails high there.
But just go back to Middle Atlantic, you saw what that play could have been with the run coming home. They want to take advantage of mistakes. Phenix City now has 3 errors, which is uncharacteristic for their defense.
That one down low, stopped again by Carswell on the backhand attempt. And possibly that saved a run there.
At this time with a 3-1 count and first base open, it's not the worst thing to walk this batter with 2 outs.
But nevertheless, the 3-hole hitter in Daniel Tozzi up next, who already has a hit. And his 1 for 2, that's a high fly ball to center. Camping under that one is Campbell, and he'll make the final play there to end the top half of the 4th inning. Middle Atlantic 3, Phenix City 1. We're going to keep it right here as we just want to take you over to the Southeast versus California game. California really putting some big runs up on the board. 5 in the second, 4 in the third, and now 2 in the 4th. This game's currently in the bottom of the 4th. California leading Southeast currently 11-3.
And the important thing to note is that if California comes through with a 10-run lead, the game is over via the run rule.
California coming in as a 2 seed in Group B, and we'll be playing the winner of this game. Right now, if it ends the way it is, Middle Atlantic as the 4 seed. We'll have a 2 versus 4 seed matchup in the second round at Field 2 tomorrow night. So Hernandez back in the game. He just screams efficiency when he comes into this game, throwing a majority of strikes and really pounding and filling up the zone.
Middle Atlantic is one of only 2 teams that in our bracket play 0-3, and they're currently leading only 1 of 3 teams who are 3-0 coming out of pool play. This is kind of a upside down. It's went chalk so far down the bracket here today. This is the first one where it kind of looks a lot different.
Yeah, because no 0-3 team has moved on to beat a team who's 3-0, especially in the World Series. In years gone by, I'm not sure how results kind of concluded there, but it'll be interesting to see if we could kind of find that statistic and see how many times an 0-3 team in bracket play has beaten a team who's perfect. Tazi getting an applause there from the fans as he's coming in to finally warm up Hernandez.
And now we're kind of in a situation where Phenix City, you don't want to start counting down, but they only have 9 outs to work with.
So up now for Phenix City will be Cooper Favors. He's the 3-hole hitter. Up next will be Sam Laney, then Gray Gardner.
And Phenix City still searching for that first hit.
So 3-4-5 here for Phenix City. And Cooper will see if he can do just that. And a big swing and a miss. There already ahead once again is Hernandez.
And for Favors, you got to find a way to kind of combat Hernandez and his speed that he's throwing.
That one taken high for ball 1.
He's definitely more the opposite kind of pitcher that Delu was. Delu loved that breaking curveball. Hernandez, I mean, he's just throwing.
He's sticking with the fastball. I totally agree. That one's just fouled off in on the hands. Kind of scared some members of the crowd here in Alabama. So quickly now, 1-2, right where Hernandez wants Favors. And we'll see what he calls here. Tazi setting up on the outside half. That one fouled off once again.
I'm thinking with a 1-2 count. He just went kind of middle of the zone. I'm going to try to look into my magic 8 ball and say Hernandez is going to go fastball, low around the knees, try to get him swinging.
Here comes the fastball low and in. Instead, it's high. 2-2.
Maybe now it'll be low around the knees.
And we'll see if he can get it here. I'm not sure if he has an off-speed pitch. We have yet to see it tonight. And that one a little slower, but that one's going to be ball 3, full count here. Big 3-2 pitch there, and again fouled off by Favors. So really making Hernandez work here, and that should be the game plan here for Phenix City if they want to get Hernandez out of the game. Make him throw a lot of pitches. But I mean, hey, if you're Middle Atlantic and you got a guy throwing strikes, you're going to want to keep him in as long as possible.
Especially for a Middle Atlantic team, which, let's be quite honest, may not have thought they would get past this game in the first place.
Looks like there's a little stoppage in play, not sure what happened. Currently 78 degrees. I'll tell you, it's great temperatures and conditions for broadcasting, and I'm sure these players are loving it as well. Hernandez again with a 3-2 and missing high. So Favors being a great leadoff man.
Welcome back to home plate.
And now up will be Sam Laney, the 4-hole hitter, 0 for 1.
So definitely a big moment for Phenix City because your tying run is at the plate, and you want to make sure you can get Favors over to second with at least 1 out.
That one a high strike there in on the hands. Hernandez now ahead 0-1. The crowd displeased with that one. And again, the same spot, swing and a miss there. And that one in right field. Liberto's going to have to come up with it, and moving ahead is Favors to second base.
That's one of the things from Middle Atlantic. I know that Tazi wanted to be aggressive and try to get that out, and the man at first, but with a 3-1 lead, it's just something you didn't need to force right there at that moment.
And that is the disadvantage to back picks. You can't throw it into right field and have base runners move ahead 1. And a big strikeout there, Hernandez, recording the first out of this inning.
Now, what could happen is Hernandez bails out Tazi with that mistake, and he strikes out back-to-back batters.
The game, Garner.
So as we've seen, Hernandez not fazed by any adversity as of yet. We're only in the 4th inning. Still 2 to go. A lot of baseball to be played here tonight. So Laney will leave that one down low and stranded between second and third almost was Favors as he kind of stranded a little far off the bag there on that ball that just got a little bit away from Tozy. Gardner at the dish, the 1-0 and then And in there for strike one.
Yeah, you see Favors really off of that pitch. He's taking about a good, I say 6, 7, 8 steps. Really wants to get that big jump to third base.
So here's the 1-1 from Hernandez, and that one just up high a little bit.
Now it's so important for Tawzy. He doesn't have to worry about any breaking balls, but make sure the fastball by Hernandez doesn't get by him.
And let me tell you, if you're Hernandez and you're throwing strikes, keep filling up the zone, young man. You're going to get your outs. Another fastball there on the outside corner. Catching the call from home plate umpire Dom Domino. Or Damiano, excuse me, on that one. The 2-2. A big strike three. Back-to-back-to-back strikeouts. Like you said, that one starting back in the third inning.
Yeah, Hernandez did a good job bailing out Tawzy. Now that runner who got over to second with no hit, with no out, guess what? He's still at second, and back-to-back strikeouts gets Hernandez 1 out away from getting out of a fourth inning jam.
Hernandez already 3 strikeouts on the night and only 22 pitches as Carswell digs in, taking ball 1 high here with 2 outs. Favors on second.
Hernandez really needs to get out of this inning with less than 30 pitches to be ideal.
That one in high and tight for ball 2. A big swing and a miss there from Carswell. He was looking to drive that ball to right center field.
And if I'm Hernandez, keep attacking the low part of the zone. Try to force that ground ball to either left or right or work out just as well for you.
The 2-1. Swing, high fly ball to left field. Hurley had him playing him wrong, and that ball's going to drop. So Favors coming home as Carswell will have a stand-up double. Now what was interesting there, Jared, I saw all the fielders, the outfielders, but all Hurley, Wright, and Liberto, all shaded toward the right field line.
Yeah, they cheated to the right side. They didn't think Carswell would be able to pull it back to the left. Definitely dug in on that pitch. And just, it was a high one near the line. And Hurley just wasn't able to hustle over there in time.
So you're seeing more hitters these days. Teams are starting to put shifts on them even at this young age, which is actually kind of amazing to me when you really don't know enough about the hitters. I mean, that could have been an easy play there for Hurley if he was playing in his normal position.
And still with the right-handed batter up, they still kind of shifted a little bit to the right.
As Clarity, a big swing and a miss there. Now Hernandez ahead 0-2.
Well, I think they may be protecting a shortstop. If a ball goes towards shortstop and he misses it, they want Hurley to get the big throw to home to protect that lead run.
And another strikeout there for Hernandez. That's his 4th of the game. And Middle Atlantic will maintain a 3-2 lead. Heading into the top of the 5th inning. When we come back, we'll have the rest of this game's coverage, along with highlights and more after this. Due up here from Middle Atlantic as they currently lead Phenix City by a score of 3-2 will be Tazi, DeLu, and Hernandez. 2 hits between those 3 hitters and 1 walk.
And Aiden, just thinking about it, how important was that run that Middle Atlantic could have gotten but was called back?
Number 10.
And yeah, that was the one, that ball that maybe got stuck under the fence there, but it's going to be playing a big factor here with only 2 innings to go. So Middle Atlantic looking to put some more insurance runs up on the board here if they can, and still looking for their first tournament win here, the biggest so far. Brown pitching into Tazi. A strike taken down the middle there, quickly 0-1.
And the big thing, the 3, 4, 5 hitters, I mean, that's just an important part. And, you know, sitting at the dugout right now getting ready to hit third is Hernandez, who came through with that big play.
So Boston Brown now with the 0-1. That one poked to the right side and caught by Smith. So an easy play there for Jackson Smith as he'll put away Tazi for the first out of this inning.
Number 44, Asher skip to DeLu.
So DeLu now, who started this game for Middle Atlantic, into hit, already has 1 hit on the day. A big swing and a miss there on that breaking ball in the outer half.
And for DeLu, really is just trying to get the best contact on the ball and try to put it in play.
Asher DeLu scoring 1 run there and now gets hit in the buttocks.
I mean, I guess that works as well. As long as he get the first. Not happy about that one.
Hey, that's,
right
the
on
cushy,
the right
that's
side.
the cushy part of his body. So, you know, I think Middle Atlantic will be happy with that one. So he'll be all right there. Now the big man, Janiel Hernandez, with, remember, that base hit up the middle, scoring 3 back in the top of that 3rd inning.
Welcome to home plate.
So Middle Atlantic right now, if the score holds, it'll be Hernandez as the most valuable player. As he'll be looking to do some more damage here in the top of this 5th inning. Showing bunt, interestingly, crashing in from 3rd is Gardner, but quickly pulling that one back for strike 1.
I think for Hernandez, they're going to elect to try to move him over on a sacrifice and try to just bat with 2 outs with a runner in scoring position.
And I'm not sure if I like that call here with the power Hernandez has. But instead, that'll be a strike on the lower half. So Hernandez down quickly 0-2 as his head coach will be over there to talk to him and kind of cool him down a little bit.
It's 0-2, so he's definitely in a tough position. The bunt's definitely off now. He's going to try to swing the best he can, but definitely Boston Brown's going to be throwing some sort of junk outside the zone.
And it looks like Carswell calling for the high fastball. That one a little too high there for Hernandez to give in. Good try, though, nevertheless. I'm wondering if we'll see a fastball pounding the zone. You don't want to mess around here with Hernandez, or whether you're going to see a curveball on the outside edge. It'll be a fastball, and Hernandez down looking. A big second out for Phenix City.
Yeah, Hernandez upset at that call.
Welcome
I
back
wonder
to
how
the
it's going to
mound.
affect his pitching
Women
coming
Atlantic.
back. He may throw even
Number
harder.
12, Stephen Ron.
Maybe get some adrenaline going in the bottom half of this frame. But first up, showing bunt there, is Stephen Wright, currently 0-2 on the day. As he's ahead 1-0. And the delivery in there for strike 1. Boston Brown always doing a good job of getting back into counts here.
1-1-1.
DeLu on first. Punch down again and gets the corner. Wright in disbelief, always looking back at coach for help. You're not going to get any there. It's up to the umpire at this point. The 1-2. Grounded to the left side. Fielded by Gardner. The throw to second in time. And that will end the top of the 5th for Middle Atlantic. They're going to see if they can preserve this lead with Hernandez coming back out on the mound, as we're going to take a look at one last time for Southeastern California. California now up 12-4. Man, they are just really pounding it home, so it really looks like the winner of this game that's kind of undetermined right now is still 1 inning to go after this fifth. Will be playing the California team.
Number 24, Boston Brown, has 20.
California's done a great job throughout the tournament. Had a tough start losing to Connecticut 10-0. But since then, has really put together back-to-back good games, finishing 2-0, and just putting together some good at-bats. Their bats starting to heat up. And that's one of the things they said they kind of struggle with when I asked if they face any adversity, that sometimes the bats can roll around a little bit, but they definitely started to heat up at the right time.
So Middle Atlantic not looking like the 0-3 team they did coming into this bracket play game. How they got here, losing the first one 6-3 against North Carolina, then getting pummeled 13-2 against Ohio Valley, and just yesterday again 11-1 loss to Pacific Southwest. So Middle Atlantic 0-3, but not looking anywhere similar to the way they were just yesterday. Now up against the 3-0 team in Phoenix City, 3-2.
It helps when you take advantage of your errors by Phenix City, uncharacteristic ones that Phenix City doesn't make often, but it took advantage of it, and it's just been strong pitching out of Hernandez and Blue. So Hernandez, 6 outs. Don't want to minimize what Phenix City can do, but Middle Atlantic, 6 outs. You need 6 outs. You got Hernandez, who loves to throw that heat.
So Boston Brown, the big righty, up for Phoenix City. Hernandez just blowing it by him though on the foul tip and caught by Tazi.
Again, I think Hernandez should target that bottom part of the zone around the knees. That's where it works best.
That one just high. It looks like Hernandez is throwing a bit harder than the previous innings, like you said, after striking out there in the top half of the frame.
It's the adrenaline.
That one grounded and foul.
Those last 3 pitches, you saw the 2 that went down low, a miss, and a chop foul up high. They're just playing off of that right now.
And I wouldn't be surprised if you could put a gun on Hernandez. He's probably being clocked at over 60 miles an hour. And for 10 years old, it's his 10U tournament, man, oh man. It's impressive to see these kids play.
That just up high is not working for him right now. It's just traveling, he just lets it go, and it's just kind of just fluttering up high. I think you just keep attacking around that waist and knee region.
Rear and back, Hernandez once again, and missing high, the count now running full. From 1-2 now to 3-2. Here with no outs, Boston Brown, the big righty, trying to represent the leadoff hitter here. And a swing and a miss and another strikeout. That's number 5 there for Hernandez. He's having himself quite the game.
And he had to stay right there. You saw every time he went up high, they laid off. Every time he went down low, they're going to go for it. Those are what Phenix City wants. They love playing the small ball.
And imagine if you were to have this invisible line right at the hitter's knees, if you can hit there every time, that's the ideal situation if you're a pitcher. So in Smith showing bunt with that one high and hitting the backstop for Hernandez. A little bit uncharacteristic there. He already has 1 walk this game. And whether he's showing signs of tiredness, I don't know. He's throwing the ball harder, but maybe not locating it as well as he would like to be.
His pitch count definitely is getting up there.
That's ball low for 2.
And he's definitely working with a little bit of a smaller strike zone. That may be a hole for him and try to locate these fastballs.
Boston Brown, or excuse me, Hernandez currently at 36 pitches. With 24 of them being strikes.
He needs to get through this inning with ideally less than 50 pitches. Because once he gets to 50, I mean, you got about a quarter tank of gas left.
And currently he's at 39 already with 6 strikeouts now on the day. And that's ball 4, 4 straight balls. Will grant Smith of the free pass to first.
Not the worst thing. Yes, the go-ahead run is up at plate, but that being said, you got to run on first. You use the fastball, throw it down low, get the ground ball, you can turn 2.
So Colton Head representing the go-ahead run, and he'll be at the plate here.
And you saw Hernandez just to himself, just saying, I got to keep it low, I got to keep it low.
So Head the lefty, looking in as Hernandez, pumping the heat, and fouled off.
And that's exactly where he needs to put it.
Let's go, Tyler.
Home plate umpire saying, now you can give me the ball after that one. It's always nice to see the umpire-catcher relationship develop throughout a game. Hernandez here with the 1-1. That one up high, and ending the backstop, moving up will be Smith. Hernandez looking a little rattled out there on the mound here in the 5th.
Yeah, that's kind of the one thing with Hernandez. As the pitches started going up higher and higher, eventually Talji was going to miss one of them.
So, excuse me, the batter is Andrew Clarity up now. That a strike on the outside corner there. The count's now 2-2.
And Clarity took it. He knew that that's one that's in the strike zone, but he knows Hernandez is having some trouble. And he wants to see if he can get on base on a walk.
And a big swing and a miss there. Number 7 for Hernandez. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Number 15, Asher the Arrow Low.
And you take a look at Hernandez. It's now at 41. If he can stay under 50, I think he has enough to get through the end of the game.
Asher Long walked in his first at-bat now here representing the go-ahead run with the tying run on second. Hernandez getting ahead 0-1 on that foul tip and caught by Tozzi. Smith on second. Hernandez from the stretch. Fly ball to center field, and Wright has that one. So Middle Atlantic holds on one more inning as we're headed into the top of the 6th inning. Middle Atlantic 3, Phenix City 2. We'll be right back. You're watching the Cal Ripken 10 and Under World Series on CTVBeam 7 and YouTube Live. Back here at the Cal Ripken 10 and Under World Series here at the Idle Hour Sports Complex. Middle Atlantic's last opportunity now to put on some more insurance runs as their lead is really only at 1 right now.
Welcome to home plate for Mid-Atlantic. Number 6, Chase the Base Whitman.
So in this top half of the 6th inning, it'll be Whitman, Liberto, and Hurley, 7, 8, and 9. As that's a bunt, nearly perfectly placed, but then died at home plate. The cannon from Carswell to throw him out at first.
Quite simply, that right there is the reason why he's one of the best catchers in the whole World Series. For Middle Atlantic, the 7, 8, and 9 in Whitman, Liberto, and Hurley, this is exactly who Boston Brown wants to face. Combined, they are now 0 for 6.
Let me tell you, I get these kids are 10 years old, but they sure could be playing up in the 12-year-old division if they wanted to. As that's a strike there called from Boston Brown. As up now is Liberto. The 0-1. Out on a ground ball, almost nipping off the on-deck hitter there. As that's Caden Hurley in the on-deck circle covering his head. Didn't really see that one. And everyone's all right. It's all smiles over on the Middle Atlantic side. A.J. Liberto down 0-2 with 1 out. And it's a ball taken high. As you can see some lightning flashes in the background, but that's far away enough. The game will continue. It's 2-2 here with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning as Jared is shushing me after that one.
Everybody's shushing you over here.
Understandably so, the 2-2. Swing ground ball to the left side. Up with his Gardner to the peg over to first in time for the 2nd out.
Would you want to play baseball, Aiden?
Hello, Gray.
Say again?
Would you want to play baseball?
Yeah, no, I get you. Any more delays, I don't think I can take it with another 3 days of this tournament. Or 4 days, including the championship game. Honestly, in this first round of bracket play, this is like a championship game kind of feel to it. Here with 2 outs. Brown up high and tight to Liberto, or Hurley, excuse me. Hurley with a calm head after almost getting hit in the on-deck circle. That one nubbed to the right side.
Yeah, ran in on the hands, and tough one for Hurley to try to turn.
So Brown, of course, 1 out away from sealing the deal in the 6th inning, and Phenix City will be up in the bottom half to see if they can win it.
1-1, play.
The underdog Middle Atlantic has that off-speed pitch taken on the outside corner. Really good eye there from Hurley. That was an 0-2 pitch, almost catching the corner there. The 2-1. That's a ball as the count now runs to 3-1. Big crowd here tonight, as we mentioned earlier. Well over 200 people on field 2 watching this game here tonight. Count now full to Hurley. Full count, 2 outs in the 6th inning. That one down low, and Hurley will take his base.
Yeah, it's a tough one for Phenix City. You don't want to leave anything to chance. But with Valentino coming up, is more the favorable part of the lineup for Phenix City. Not really a power hitter, more kind of a slap that Valentino has. So not a big threat on a run scoring here.
Corners are in for Valentino, the lefty for this Middle Atlantic team. Wanting to show a bunt there, as that one sails just a bit high and outside.
Yeah, I think with Valentino, it's more not he's gonna do with his bat, he has to do with his patience.
Well, 1-0 fouled off by Valentino. And with it is Brown, and that's a ball on the outside half. Maybe could have caught in a corner, but no, says Dom, the home plate umpire. The 2-1. Ground ball up the middle. Brown cannot field it. And through the legs of Smith at second. All runners are safe.
That will be error number 4 for Phenix City. And, you know, runners on first and second is not bad. It's not bad right now. But it's definitely a routine play. You want to be able to get that. Because Cazadilla is coming up next. And he has a more strong bat. We saw him take it to left field almost near the fence a couple innings ago.
So the Middle Atlantic side really getting into this one. And a base hit will most likely score 1. Cazadilla just trying to add some insurance here for Middle Atlantic. Hernandez most likely will be coming out to finish the 6th.
But Cazadilla do not throw low in the zone to him.
a curveball taken there for strike one.
But Casadilla does a great job of digging down and driving balls either deep, sky high deep, or just driving it straight through a gap.
Casadilla waits and taking strike two on the outside half.
And Brown's done a great job back-to-back of attacking that upper chest region.
So regardless of what happens here, Brown was about to get out of the inning before surrendering. Runners now on first and second, but really it's a big momentum shift. They could have had a 1-2-3 inning heading into the bottom half of their sixth inning, but now they're having just to deal with more hitters, and especially the top of the order with Casadilla. But of course, down 0-2, we'll see if he can protect here, or whether Brown can get out of this inning unscathed. The 0-2. Curveball outside.
And one thing we would be careful right here, you have Carswell, one of the best catchers here in the World Series, but want to make sure you don't do anything too wild that may get away from him.
This game started just over an hour and a half ago as that one's popped up in play, and that ball is taken foul. So the head coach screaming at a home plate umpire, Damiano, and it looked like Carswell pounced on that one, as that one actually did from our vantage point. We had a pretty good angle on it. Jared, I don't know about what you thought of it, but it did look like that ball was kind of headed foul, so I do agree with the call there.
It wasn't really whether or not it was heading foul, it was whether or not Carswell fielded it before it went foul.
Nevertheless, it's 1-2. We'll do it over. Fly ball into no man's land along the third base line, and that will drop. Coming home is Hurley. And the throw in time, and he will score as that was just off the mark. Moving to third is Valentino. And Casadilla will have a stand-up double.
And it's kind of what we saw a couple innings ago. He drove it to left field. He does a great job of digging low. And I said he likes to sky it. It wasn't very deep, but it was enough to get past the infielders. And a throw home, it was in time, it just couldn't find it.
From 0-2 to 1-2 to then a huge base hit and another insurance run up on the board from Middle Atlantic as they lead by 2. It's 4-2 here in the top of the sixth inning. With Tazi then now fouling that one off. With runners on second and third, another base hit here will do a lot of good for Middle Atlantic as their crowd really starting to get into things here. Brown, the 0-1. Curveball, a big swing and a miss there. And the back pick, that one into left field. And coming home is Valentino. He will score. And Middle Atlantic now leads 5-2.
Middle Atlantic, I said in the first inning, what they're going to work on, trying to make you force bad throws. And that, through 4 games that I've watched, it was first bad throw by Carswell.
Middle Atlantic in pool play, not winning a single game, about to move on in bracket play here. If they can close out the bottom of the sixth inning here. A big swing and a miss again from Tozy. And that will end the top half. So we'll see, we'll keep it right here. Phenix City, one last opportunity, 3 outs to score at least 3 runs to keep this game alive.
49 pitches for number 24. Boston.
Checking out over on field 1 is California beating Southeast by a final score of 12-5. That one ending about 5 minutes ago. This one's still continuing on as we're approaching the hour and 30-minute point of this game. Coming out back in his 3rd inning of relief is Hernandez. He has been dominant so far. Jared, tell me why he can't close out this game here in the 6th.
Well, the good thing for Hernandez is, although he's had some trouble, he does 2 things well. He throws a strong fastball, as long as he can locate it down low. That's kind of the thing. There's really not a middle part of the zone for him. It's either down low or it's real up high. And the important thing for Hernandez also is that he's been able to control his pitch count. So it's good that he was able to get to this part under 50 pitches, because I think he has just enough in the tank to get through 3 batters. But if he starts walking guys, start getting into some long at-bats, we start seeing it get around the 60, 65 mark, then I think that we'll probably see a pitching change.
Well, let me tell you, there's no better feeling as a pitcher. You know you're throwing strikes tonight, you know that you are in command coming into his third inning of work. Not only now that you have a 3-run lead, of course, to play with here, so closing out the game potentially will be Hernandez, as Phenix City is trying to find some life here.
I mean, it does also help that you got 2 insurance runs in the top of the 6th inning.
And that's really the difference here. They were going in with 2 outs. The score was 3-2 after some blunders there from Phenix City in the field, allowing 2 more to score. So it should be interesting to see this bottom of the 6th and how it transpires with Phenix City hitters and Hernandez, who's throwing one heck of a game so far. I'm in Kowalski. Alongside me is my partner, Jared Dillard. We're here. This is our 4th game of the day thus far, and we'll be back here, of course, for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, which will be the championship game.
Good thing for Phenix City, at this situation, you got your 2-hole hitter up. So you really got the heart of your own lineup coming up at a very crucial moment. And look, take it 1 at-bat at a time.
So it'll be Campbell, Favors, and Laney, the 2, 3, 4 hitters for Phenix City.
Right there on the knees. That's where he has to be. If he can do that for about the next 15 to 20 pitches, then Orlando will get out of here with a win.
And I hope it doesn't even take that long if you're Hernandez. A big swing and a miss there. Now quickly down in the count is Campbell, 0-2.
Come on, Hud. Let's go, baby.
Phenix City looking for some life here. The crowd trying to show some support. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, says Hernandez. That's his 8th strikeout of the night through 3 innings here.
It's that middle to low part of the zone. When he throws it there, it's just hard to hit.
Number 11, Cooper, the party, Favors.
So Cooper Favors walking earlier in this game and currently 0 for 1, seeing if he can represent the leadoff man. 4 straight strikes and 4 straight swings and misses here for Hernandez. It's 5-2. Middle Atlantic trying to close things out here in the bottom of the 6th, as that's the first ball delivered by Hernandez this inning.
And you know, if you're Hernandez, if you're Middle Atlantic, you take that.
The 1-1 from Hernandez. Same spot and fouled off again, so quickly ahead now, 1-2. You know what I've seen this inning different from last is Hernandez really keeping the ball lower in the strike zone, nothing flying up high or anything like that.
It's the control. It's the control. I think he got it back. He probably got a little bit of confidence back. Definitely that he doesn't have to protect a 1-run lead.
And that goes out to any pitcher at this age. If you can throw strikes, you're going to be dominant in this league. The 1-2, fastball high. So maybe we jinxed him there, but still in command of the count is Hernandez with Favors at the plate. Hernandez up and in there. 2 straight high fastballs missing.
He can't let it get away from him now. He needs to calm down and attack the zone right here.
Can Hernandez and this Middle Atlantic team pull off the upset here late in the 6th inning? A big swing and a miss there. 9 strikeouts for Hernandez. Man, we haven't seen a performance like this out of a pitcher this entire tournament. Yes. Pure domination from Janelle Hernandez. So a strike on the outside corner. At bat, and the last hope for Phenix City is Colton Head. And strike 2, so now Middle Atlantic just 1 strike away from pulling off the upset. Hernandez does it. And a little bit of confusion here. And that's the ball game as Middle Atlantic, as we're sprayed by water. Oh my goodness. Middle Atlantic holds on to win it by a final score of 5-2. Pulling off the upset. Jared, just kind of talk to me about what transpired this last inning and how dominant Hernandez was.
He just went out a little bit more